Hello, everyone. Hi. Hi. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dasha Robinson, and I'm an English teacher, English as a foreign language. I'm here today to test my live stream. How does it work? I'm also here to show you, to prove you that you can actually do a live stream with a small amount of subscribers. Like, for example, me, last time I checked, it was 104, and I don't really get so many views. Um, Usually, I get it for my old videos that I made like 4 years ago, certainly pre COVID. Um, to tell you a little bit about myself, well, I was born and raised in Russia. I then moved to the UK about 15 years ago. I have finished university here. I've done master's degree in project management. I worked in all different kinds of companies, large and small ones. And after I had my baby, who is now 6 years old, I decided that I would like to go self-employed. And one of the things that I always wanted to do is to help people. So I found that teaching is actually ticks all my boxes, and I love English language. Um, it's almost my first language now. Excuse me. I think I'm catching cold from my son. He's not been well as well. So the main reason of this stream, as I said, to show you that with a small amount of subscribers, you can do live stream. But also while I'm here to get my hours, I thought I will talk to you about what I teach and how I teach. So I have individual program that lasts between 1 month to 3 months, but usually people who come to me just for a month or two stay with me for much longer. I do encourage them to move on because I need to make up spaces for my new students, but I don't blame them for staying with me longer because we're really finding different kind of topics, different approaches. We're exploring vocabulary, and it's a win-win for both of us. Makes me really happy to see the results. Makes me really happy that they learn new things, and makes them happy that they can go out there and start communicate in English. Um, Apart from individual lessons or individual programs, I do also have speaking club. And speaking club, um, I created before I even started individual lessons. And this is truly my baby. I have two levels at the moment. I have a beginners and I have an advanced speaking club. For my beginners club, we discuss grammar and we tend to apply it immediately. For example, we started with to be, we discussed to be, we discussed to have, we discussed the verb to do. In positive sentences, we created negative sentences and we put them in question sentences as well. We created questions with them as well. We then moved on to um, talking about grammar. Yeah, so we can we can speak in present simple, past simple, and future simple. So we discussed all the simple. And today, in our beginners speaking club, we discuss an interesting phrase, how are you? And um, I thought about it the other day. We can say, how are you? Yeah, so it means, how are you feeling? How are you doing today? What's new with you? Um, and everyone knows this phrase really, really well. Even beginners, even elementary, because everyone know, hi, how are you? Very well. End of. So I thought, how can I expand this phrase to help my students to add to it to create more complicated sentences, to maybe use this how are you to express, to ask questions. And I thought of the following thing: how are you as a base, yeah, and then we use verb with ing at the end. So sorry, it's really late. um well, for me it's 20 past 9 really. For example, how are you finding this meal? How are you finding this meal? So we're asking opinion. Is it tasty? Is it disgusting? Is it chewy or too salty, or is it just perfect? How are you getting there? How are you getting there? It means which transport are you going to use to get from A to B? Yeah. So I thought that would be a great way for them not to think about verbs, um, sorry, whether it needs an S on the end, yeah, or it can be just first, like a dictionary form of the verb. So, and then I thought, okay, we also have how do you do? Yeah, so how do you play tennis? Yeah, so how do you? And instead of do, we just put verb, whatever verb we want to use. And then the same, we change do to did. How did you? How did you? Everyone knows this. How did you read that book? How did you read that book? Such a long book. I would never be able to read it. It's too long. How will you? Yeah. How will you get there? Will you be using a bus, or are you going to use, are you going by train? Maybe you're going to get a taxi. Yeah. So that's what we did. Um, then my advanced speaking group, we speak in English. Very, very occasionally, we would skip and speak in Russian. But I tend to do English only. And if we don't know a word, if my student not can't understand the word, I try to explain it. If we if we're struggling to find the right word, the right synonym, or explain the word, um, I highly recommend Cambridge Dictionary, online Cambridge Dictionary. Apart from giving you a meaning of the word without translating to your own language, you can find lower examples. How would you use this word in a sentence, which is super helpful, because sometimes just one word, um, you would not know how properly use it in a sentence. And I also have my online course, but it is purely in Russian. So for those who's watching this in English and understand, and English is your first language, you would definitely not need this course. But anyone who speaks Russian, um, you or have a beginner, elementary beginner level of English, you probably would not understand from this video. So it's kind of pointless mentioning it in this video. Anyway, that is pretty much all I wanted to say. Oh, pardon me. And hopefully, this video might be just useful for those who want to improve their English, who want to join my speaking club or individual lessons. You can always drop me a line. You can find me on social media as well. I'll be happy to help. And this channel, I think it's going to be more about me talking about my line of work, the situations that I come across in my lessons, because that might be useful for those who are learning English for years and years and years, and they still can't overcome the fear of talking to strangers. They can only speak to small circle of people. So hopefully, I will be able to help with this kind of things. Please do like my video, subscribe, and find me on Instagram. I'm an Instagram girl. I love it very much. Um, Thank you very much for those who are here for me, with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. I'm gonna try my very best to upload video maybe once a week. Let's be optimistic. Okay, take care. Bye bye.